Gentlemen, ladies, my name is Chaz, and welcome to the custom card review. So, and I have two of these archetypes things are prepared. So, this is Subnautica archetype for that supports like water monsters of like that. So, and there's also the crazy archetype. So now we begin with. I usually start with monsters in this part first. So let's do Subnautica Sunbeam. It's a water type monster, level 4, machine effect monster, and 1800 attack and 1500 defense. If this card is banished by a card effect, you can special summon this card from anywhere to your field in defense mode, but it gets added to your hand. I had to change a card text, so this is the old. If this card leaves the field, if you do, you can add one, like, Subnautica ship, Aurora, from anywhere to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, yeah. So some of these have the, like, old custom card, like, thing. So now we got the Subnautica biome. Island of Cannon. So, if this card is activated, you can banish one Subnautica card from anywhere to your banish zone. And then destroy all cards from the field except Subnautica monsters. And then both players draw 2 cards for each, or like from their decks to their hands, or each card that got destroyed by this effect for once per turn. If you have Neebs on the field, he's a YouTuber, you can use one of these effects for once per turns. This card can't be, or this card is sent to the bottom of your deck and shuffled it, and then you can add one fusion spell card from your graveyard or banish zone or deck to your hand. Or number 2, your opponent loses 100 life points for each draw phase, but they draw 2 cards instead of the normal draw phase. If this card is sent to the grave, you can select one, like, Subnautica biomes, spells / traps card from anywhere to your field in the set mode. And then this card is sent to the deck from the graveyard or banish zone and shuffle it. So basically it's like in the actual game. Like, if you choose to deactivate it, you have to be cured first, but we get 2 there. So yeah. So, and I know that you can't see these cards, but I can. But there's Electric Eel has like, or all these have like different cards. So let's go over the. So Crash Fish He's a water, level 4, a fish, flip effect monster. When he's flipped, destroys all cards from your opponent's field. And then you draw 1 card for each destroyed card from the graveyard by this effect. And if this card is sent to the grave, you can place this card on the field in the set mode. And then you gain 100 attack life points for each biome card from your field or graveyard. So basically he is your like defender. Like if you have him in the set mode and your opponent like attacks into it, when you flip it, it like does that. So now we move to Neebs. So if you have the Subnautica spaceship Aurora on the field or in the graveyard or battlefield, you can special summon this card from your hand with instead of tributing summon. And if this card, or if you have a Subnautica biome card on the field or graveyard or battlefield, this card gains 100 attack and defense for each biome. So if this card is used for like Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link with a monster or monsters, it gains this effect. It like gains attack, and it can attack 3 times for each turn. So if this card is sent, or if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard to draw 4 cards from the top of your deck to your hand. And then this card is sent to the deck from your banish zone or graveyard. So this one, it'll be like Aurora has, I'm trying to think. Do you see that card? That's one is, so let's continue before. So if this card is, if you have some Subnautica biome Lost River, I call it like Subnautica Lost Rivers, on the field, you can special summon this card without tributing. And if you do, you can inflict damage to your opponent's life points for each level this card has, times 1,000. Or times 100, sorry. If this card is attacks a monster, before damage calculations, you can discard 1 card from your deck to, like, discard 1 card from your deck to destroy all cards from your, or destroy all cards from your opponent's field to the battle zone. But their effects can't be activated, and then this card attacks 3 times per battle. If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon 1. Yeah, so he's basically a big boss monster that is like, once it gets summoned to like the with Lost River one by Subnautica biome Lost River summons that. So yeah. So now we go on to this. I forget how to pronounce his name, or hers. So, and good job. So if you want me to review your custom cards, send them in. Like, so, or give them, or give the links to them all. Okay? Or, like, post them in the comments, mostly. So, now this is Subnautica Vehicle Submarine. It's a water monster, machine link effect monster. And his effect is me spitting all over my phone. 2 plus monsters, including a Subnautica monster. This card gains this effect. Depends on the number of biome cards you control. 1. This card can't be destroyed by card effects. 2. Quick effect. Discard 1 card from your hand. Activate a biome card directly from your deck. 3. You can target 3 Subnautica cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. So, I see what you're trying to do. Mostly, whoever you are. It's that name right there. Oh, but I have played Subnautica before, and it needs a way to come back to the field. Similar to like any other cards. So now we move on to the final trap card of this archetype. So, Subnautica biome scary mushrooms. Say that 20 times fast. If your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Subnautica Reaper Leviathan monster on the field, you can discard 1 card from your deck to the grave to negate that card effect, and then you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent's life points for each level this of Subnautica Reaper Leviathan has. So this one, Reaper Leviathan has basically a lot of a level. Like, I think he was kind of like 3 stars lower. So, or 4. So it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Like 50 damage. Because of like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Like that stuff. So, yeah. So, this is, and I see a strategy in this archetype. So, basically, this and this. So, when this card, like, you can banish this card, it gets, so it destroys all, like, cards except for, like, those. So, and this one, he comes back to the field. And then, yeah. So, and then Neebs, yeah. So, have fun on that archetype. Now we go on to crazy archetype. So, and you know the trend. So, yeah. let's start with the effect monsters first. So, Girl of Coldness is basically water 3 and then spellcaster effect. So, she does like a lot of damage because she summons her and then copies her effect. And I still can't. I don't know if you could place 2 spells or trap cards or like your deck to your set spells as trap card zone. And then this card gains like that effect, and you can inflict damage equal to like this card or combined of this makes it 300. Yeah. So this one is basically you can select one spell / trap and place it on the field. Set mode. So yeah. Then once it hits, like, you can summon 2 monsters that brings out her and her. And but their effects they gain this effect. This card can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. This and plus. So then hers is like a tuner, and she has like recursion thing, and then this one has like special summons, like one Eater Girl, and like if she gets sent to the grave, you can add 2 quick cards. So yeah, let's continue. And Eater Girl, and she is normal or special summon. You can select one card from your opponent's deck. Basically, like, it's a broken version of Relinquish. But if you have Runner, your opponent must discard all cards from their hands to the banish zone, and then this card gains. Yeah. So if this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon 1 Runner Man, and it's similar to Super Robo Lady, Super Robo Yaru kind. So yeah. Then this one makes them so that so I could see this as like summon it and like inflict damage to them. Like, and if this card is sent, it re-grabs her, and then like that, it goes back and forth. So yeah. So then now we move on to fusion. So I think there's 2 fusion cards. Like this one on its summon becomes like 900 attack, and become like summons all the fusion monsters, and then this one summons like 2 of his small friends, and then selects 1 card from your graveyard or banish zone. So yeah. Then now we go on to a synchro. 1 synchro. So in this one, is probably broken because of like the flip a coin thing. Because heads, you get to draw 2 cards from your deck, and then you inflict damage to your opponent, and then tails, your both players. So then, yeah, until so it's like the anime card that I think I'm trying to remember what it is. The one that like until you have 6 cards in your hand. Yeah. And then it just, or it like grabs all the synchro materials, and I think that's it. Yep. Now we go on to XYZ, and this one is probably broken, like, because it searches a field spell when it's sent to the grave. So, like, if you send it to the grave, you can add a field spell to it. So let's get, and like, it, you gain life points for each turn. So yeah, and it just like destroys all cards on the field except this card, and then this card attacks 4 times. So yeah, 6 times 4 equals like something. But I have to use my calculator, but and so, and then this card is also special summons to the field in attack mode. So yeah. Then now we got the watch me whip, watch me nay nay, he, the whip man of football. 2 warrior type monsters. When this card is linked summoned, you can special summon 2 monsters from to this card points to, and then you can't, or once per turn. If this card is, or actually this one, so its effect does like heavy damage because there's 2 arrows, 2 link arrows, and so that would be like 10, 20, and then 30. Okay. So then, if this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon the link materials from anywhere to your field in defensive mode. Now we move on to trap cards. So how long has this video been? Alright, so let's continue. So, this jar of dolls, I want you all to write in the comments of this video of how broken is it. So, because it's like, you can discard card and then to negate the card effects and like doing all that stuff. I'm just giving you a read before, because my mouth is like drying up. So yeah. So now we move on to the spell card that they can summon out or add out. So this is the Shooting Stars of Wishes. All monsters from your field gains 200 attack and defense. And then both players must say what they wish for, and it happens. If this card is sent to the grave, you can... Yeah, so this card is pretty powerful. So I made a card that's years ago. Oh? That when I first started to use it, the custom card review or custom cards thing was actually, it was called Paper Duel. Oh. And it almost has a similar effect to it. So, yeah. And now we go on to, sorry, give me a moment. This is a new card for the so this card can only equip to a water monster, so basically aqua monsters, and it gains this effect, it gains 100 attack and defense for each draw phase. If this card is sent to the grave, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent's life points. If it does, your opponent must discard all cards from their hand to the banish zone, but their effects aren't negated, and they can't be used for anything. And this card is sent to the deck from your graveyard or banish zone. So basically, this card wipes, or I know that some cards uses like banish zone as their like extra card things, but this one is crazy. Not as much as my Shooting Star of Wishes or my Monster Jar of Darkness, because this card's crazy. Like, look how crazy the effect is. And then we got Dark Fiend Kid of Darkness. Yeah. So, and before I go, I am thinking about, I do this meme about Vanos Gaming him playing Subnautica multiplayer with Nogla. So yeah. If they are watching this video, go, and like, they have to play it. So if we spam their like or chats, so yeah. So then, now, who do you want to see on the what ifs thing? Do you want me to do what if Crystal Slime was in My Hero Academia, or Living Laser, or anyone? And who do you want to see do next? So, and I know this might be small, but I'll just do this so that this is a fill-in. So this is the what if Izuku was the Infinity Hulk. It's basically like that, but, or not like the toy version, but more like that. But he's not an alligator, so yeah. So he ends up like when he was born, like after he was at school, he activated, or he tried to activate his power, as he's phasing through realities, like our reality, like all that stuff. So yeah, he goes to UA, and I'm skipping the like internships and the ball throw, and here going all the way to the, or actually, hold on, before. So his sister Zumi was doing all that stuff, so I'm skipping it. So then when got to the All Might and versus All for One, Zuko stepped in and like he beat the snot out of All for One. As he's like, you know those like phases out things. So yeah. As they're like, holy crap, is this a guy's quirk or something? Yeah. So in Zuko's eyes, at first they were like green normal ones, like you see. But when he activated his power, give me a moment. And I'm running out of ideas, so I might stop this what if thing if I don't come up with something, okay? So, if you don't see any what ifs from me, that's why. So, I'm just telling you. Where is it? It was... Oh, here it is. So, this one, his eyes are like that. So, yeah. And then, like, he does a lot of things. So, then the next would be like... See? So, All for One says, the multiverse monster that they all are talking about. So then, yeah. So, they win by throwing him in, or throwing All for One into the sun. Then, I'm skipping the dodgeball and the overhaul thing. Okay? So, peace out and have a good night or day, and talk to you guys in the next video if you're lucky.